What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes, where I love talking all things Veve NFTs, speculation, and of course the market. So yeah, kind of interesting video for me, right? Known as the guy that does all the market stuff as well as price predictions. I feel like I'm roughly accurate, probably 50 to 60% of the time with like price predictions. But I wanted to make this video because it's honestly true. There's kind of 5 reasons why price predictions are silly, pointless, dumb. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I feel like it's been a thing that's been probably since the beginning of Veve. People have always asked what are price predictions. And I remember when I joined Veve, I think late October-ish or whatever, around when golden moment started, all the time I remember watching streamers and people were always asking price prediction for this mint, you know, what is this? So it's definitely an overplayed thing for the most part, price predictions, because there's just so many factors that are just unknown until the drop happens or until after the market opens. So I kind of wanted to dive into that today, why honestly price predictions are just incessantly asking for them is kind of pointless in my personal opinion, but it's nice to get a ballpark estimation through your favorite content creator. But before we jump into it, first things first, HRO Vibes is where you can find me on HRO. And if you want to add me on Veve, Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, as well as Fastos at 9.999 million. And thank you for Real Property, Diane C, Real Property again, and your local scalper for the most recent donations on my stream. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So reason number 1 is timeline. Like, as far as I know, there's no established timeline that content creators or the community has for a price prediction, whether it's like, oh, is it 15 minutes after the market opens? Is it 24 hours later, a week later, 48 hours later, 12 hours later, like whatever it is? Or is it when, is the price prediction when all the NFTs are delivered and then like, what's the price right then and there? There's so many different factors that play into it when it comes to timeline, because sometimes I do a price prediction and it's right for the first 12 hours. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's another drop announcement or something else happens. The price just completely plummets, completely ruining the whole price prediction, which is, kind of give a little spoiler for the first thing, but the first thing is like timeline. Like, there's no just for sure timeline. There is one content creator where I will give a shout out to at the end of this video that I think does a pretty good job of spelling out the timelines of when he thinks certain price predictions or certain prices are going to happen for the newer dropped NFTs. So that's reason number 1 is just timeline. We have like no established timeline as to what it is. Sometimes you're right for the first 24 hours, and then while everyone's asleep, people just start stacking overnight, and the next thing you know, you wake up and it's 50% higher. Reason number 2 is just the overall market sentiment. So that can definitely skew the way people think. For the longest time, like even when the market was dropping for a good 2 months, I still thought people were going to be paying a lot of money for this, or this is an important IP, or it's Marvel, or it's Disney, so it's got to be top tier. We saw something like that with like the lenticular cards, the Spider-Man Marvel Mighties that started high and then just kept on going down and down and down and down. So sometimes the market sentiment can also not betray you, but just kind of mislead you too, right? We saw Moon Knight come out, the comic, and we thought it was going to come out. Obviously, even right now with the Morbius comic that also came out, Morbius performed really, really well initially, then started backpedaling or started retracing down because of movie reviews, whatever it is. But then Moon Knight went up, went back down, then it's now up again. It's kind of just staying there at this point. So right now the market sentiment, it does play a small role, but it's really hard to figure out like how to actually price stuff when certain things seem to pump, certain things don't. I guess it just depends on how popular it is right then and there. Also, just the amount of people that we have on the platform too has also been kind of skewed our price predictions for quite some time now that we know that there's probably way less people than we originally thought. We don't actually have over 2 million users. We have 2 million users, but do we actually have 2 million people, humans on the app? Very, very unlikely. We only have like 600,000 wallets, and I don't want to get into that. So that's reason number 2 is just like the market sentiment. It's really hard to come out with like an accurate price prediction because the market sentiment is a bit, you know, kind of skews your line of thinking. Number 3 is slow deliveries, and I kind of paired this up with market issues. So today, what we saw, or I should say yesterday, with the Disney villains, those deliveries were really slow, and we did have some market issues, not issues, but I guess a new feature that was added that not a lot of people knew of. But there are market issues too, right, where sometimes things are being listed but not showing, or things are getting bought and not getting removed, or sometimes it takes a full hour before the market actually opens. So market issues like that, all those things affect the market. So there's a big difference between when the market opens and only 10% of all the NFTs have been delivered versus the market has been delayed, you know, about an hour and a half until it opens, or a full hour, and now 50% of the deliveries are happening, and now listings are just getting dogpiled, and now it's just basically a rush to the bottom to find some sort of profit until things kind of rebound back up. So that is one thing, which is just unpredictable. You have no idea as a content creator when you're given a price prediction. Slow deliveries and kind of like market issues, hiccups, glitches, whatever you want to call it, All those things play a factor into a price prediction. So that's why it's really hard to make these sometimes. So that's number 3, slow deliveries and market issues. Number 4 is hidden features. So this is one I actually added recently, which is true. We saw this with the kit car, which it's sometimes more recently, Veve has been kind of like not necessarily withholding information. It's a nice surprise, don't get me wrong. But on these Medium articles, they don't outright say, oh, this has music or this has this kind of animation. They kind of just explain the NFT or like maybe the character in the movie or the show. And we're like, all right, are they just explaining the character or is this something that's like actually going to happen with the NFT? It's really hard to tell until we get it. So we got the kit car. We're like, is this drive? People are asking me like, is the kit car a poster, or is it actual a vehicle that could drive around, and is it animated? Does it have sound? Like all that stuff wasn't blatantly explained by Veve. I think that's something they did before, but maybe now they're kind of changing up their marketing strategy or the way they do their Medium articles. I'm not entirely sure, but with the Disney villains, we had no idea. We just saw emoji style, and I'm like, all right, these will do pretty well. But I think the prices actually went up a little bit more than some people predicted because they actually had music attached. And we had no idea until people got those early deliveries, started looking at the NFT, then they found out it actually had music. So all of the NFTs for the Disney villains do have music. So that's another thing where it's like, all right, if this thing has music, it's hard to go through every single possible scenario where it's like, all right, here's the NFT. All right, if it's animated and it has music, it's gonna be worth this much, but if it's not, it's actually gonna be worth this much. And depends on how the music, depends on so many different factors. So sometimes these hidden features do actually increase the price a bit higher than sometimes we initially intend. And I think this one, so that was number 4 is hidden features. Number 5, and I think this is the one that most heavily affects the price prediction, which is there's an announcement 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours after the drop happens. So like while the market is still trying to figure itself out and buying stuff, there's like a huge drop announcement, right? Like a new Spider-Man, a new Batman, a huge Disney thing, or a new comic book, whatever it is. And all of a sudden the prices start going up, it starts dropping down, it starts going up. All of a sudden new announcement immediately goes right back down, right? So we see that all the time whenever golden moments are announced or other big hitting Marvel, DC, mostly it's Marvel and Disney for the most part that cause these like everyone just immediately just start selling off their NFTs. So I do think and I kind of ordered these also things that probably most affect the price. Like market sentiment kind of affects it, timeline affects it a lot, but I think that's kind of a thing that's overlooked. Slow deliveries affects the price. Hidden features I do think affect the price a lot, but mostly it's those announcements that happen 4 or 5 hours for a drop that's like 2 days out that just completely just dumpsters the price. And then sometimes NFT that starts at 50 and it starts climbing up to 80, then all of a sudden there's an announcement, then the thing just bottoms out all the way to like 35 gems, even lower than what it was opening initially on the market. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to make this a quick video because I'm not going to be in front of my computer for the majority of today. I might do a very short stream later tonight if I'm not completely exhausted, but we'll be hanging out with friends most of today. But I did want to give a couple very, very quick shout outs to some other content creators that I think do a pretty decent job of price prediction. So this is actually a content creator I found recently, just a few weeks ago, called Veve Price Prediction / Omi logo Recur. It actually does a pretty good job of breaking down, hey, this is the price prediction I expect within the first 15 minutes of the market opening, then like 3 hours, then 24 hours. So please go check out Veve Price Prediction Recur. I've commented on a couple of those videos, and I do admit, and he actually goes back, the one thing I do like is he actually, on his newest video, he'll revisit a price prediction he did in a previous video and get to see how close he was with this price prediction, which I do like a lot. And of course, the price prediction guru himself, Veve Vault, I think he actually does a pretty good job with these. There's no content creator that's going to be right 100% of the time, 90 or even 80, maybe 70% of the time. But again, with no established timeline as to like when the price prediction is going to happen and this and that, it's really, really hard to say how price predictions really work. And I do think even every content creator has a different lens or a different criteria that they determine to be a price prediction. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys take care. Please be safe. Double and triple check all of your guys' listings so you don't screw yourself over. And I'll catch you guys next time.